People. I miss everybody here. I miss you. Let me open my phone so that I can see your comments. Excuse me. Okay, why there's nothing there? Yes, now, perfect. Hey, hello, hi, welcome. Okay, let me mute myself. Sorry. Hello, Mr. Mehmet. Hello, Mr. Anas. Hello, Miss Lai. I'm very good. Thank God. I'm feeling great, powerful, energetic, inspired, motivated, and the whole package of good stuff. Thank you so much. How are you? Are you good, guys? How is everything? Thank you. Ramadan Mubarak to you too, Mr. Mehmet. Thank you. But you said Mrs. Ali. I'm not Mrs. I believe you mean Mr. Ali. If that's so, okay. How are you? Hello, Miss Sudanese. Welcome. Hi. Hopefully you're good. I really hope you're good, because I'm good. Keeping the energy and the positivity up in the air for you guys. I have no idea. The thing is, I really love English and I really love making videos and live stream. I believe that's the key. That's the key to my happiness, you know? No problem, Mr. Mehmet. No problem. Yes. So I hope everyone is good as me, and you know, I'm very good, Miss Rabia. Thank you so much. Hello. Welcome. Today our lesson is, I'm very good. Thank you for asking. I'm very good. Today's lesson is, for me, it's fun. It's not much of like grammar and the complexity of a grammar and everything. It's cool. It's fun. We will read stuff. We will understand it. It will not confuse you. So let's start with today we will talk about adverbs. So basically we will discuss two types of adverbs. First one, adverbs of frequency, and the other one here, adverbs of manner. Okay, so we will talk about those two, and maybe we'll do little exercises and jump to extra exercises. So first hour, frequency, other hour is manners. Okay, this is the plan of our lesson today. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. English is funny, that's why. Yes. Okay. Hello, Miss Malika. So adverb and frequency, we will go through grammar notes, fill in the blanks, patterns, and so on, as you can see. So grammar notes. Let's understand something, guys. We say adverbs here, as he mentions, which describe the verb. Okay, so verb, adverb describe the verb. However, adjective is describe a noun. Okay, so you have adverb and adjective. Adverbs describe verbs, and adverbs describe verbs, and adjectives describe nouns. Just keep that in your mind, okay? Don't confused by none. If you want a bit, maybe you will forget. Remember, adverbs like verbs. You know, maybe you can relate to something like this. Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Ismail. Welcome. So, an adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective, another adverb, or a complete sentence. Okay? Now, we're talking here about, scroll up, frequency. So, we go down. We have here examples and explanations of the examples so that it can be more clear for you. And of course, you can follow up with extra examples for us to understand more fully. So example and explanations. So they always walk to school. Remember, frequency, something frequent. So they always walk to school. The adverb always describes the verb walking. So they always walk to school. What they always do. It's not about the school. It's about the way they walk. Maybe they driving. So maybe you can say they always drive to school. They always cycle to school, like using bicycle. Okay. So always here, it describes the verb, which is walk, as we said. My bicycle is really fast. My bicycle is really fast. So here we've got fast. The adverb really describes the adjective fast. So what is the really, truly, yani, is how fast is the bicycle? The speed of the bicycle. Okay. The other example here we've got the teacher speaks very quickly. Sometimes I speak very quickly. So I teach myself to speak slowly. That's not slowly, that's calmly. Anyway, 3, my teacher speaks very quickly. The adverb very describes the adverb quickly, and quickly describes the verb speaks. So we put very to describe how quickly it is. So very describe how quickly is the teacher speaks. However, quickly describe the verb speaks. Okay, so it's like kind of connecting. Okay, so here he say to you, the adverb very, here we have very, describe the adverb quickly. So, and quickly as an adverb, as an actual adverb, describe the verb speaks. So it's like this. Okay, I hope I can draw you something here, but we can't do that. Anyway, number 4, fourth example, I like the rain actually. The adverb actually describes the whole sentence. Now, you can maybe understand the fact that actually describe the whole sentence because there is a comma here. So, I like the rain actually. Or you can say, I actually love the rain. I actually love the rain. Here, it's a bit change of what you're describing. So here, however, actually is describing the whole sentence. So here you've got always, really, very quickly, actually. We will get right into other stuff here. So here, grammar notes that we can understand and we can relate to. Adverb of frequency. Adverbs of frequency, also known as a frequency adverbs or adverbs of time. So if you go search, welcome guys, welcome. Hello, Mr. Ahmed, welcome. Now, here in other books, you might find adverbs of time, which mean the same as adverbs of frequency or frequency adverbs, and so on. Here he say, answer the question, how often? Or, by the way, when I say how often, that's British. How often, that's American. British people actually pronounce the letter T here. So, the frequency percentage here and the adverbs that we are using here. So, always 100%, which means you are doing this like each and every single day. You're doing this each and every single day. 95%, as you can see, it's like always, but what we say almost always. You know? So are you going to Starbucks? Like almost always, which means like I am going always, but maybe on weekends I don't go. So the whole weekend I go. For example, 80%, usually, often, frequently. Are you learning a new language? Are you taking classes online? So you say usually, like basically when you have mood, you do that, you know? Frequently, from time to time. It's like this. Frequently, from time to time. 50% goes for sometimes, occasionally. Occasionally, that's basically half. So when you say that, which means like exactly half of everything that you're trying to use those two adverbs at. 20%, here we go to down. 20%, not very often, not very often. Seldom. Seldom, it's like kind of uniquely or rarely. For example, once a month. If we say not very often, like for example, are you visiting your grandma? And you will be like, not very often, you know? So which means you're visiting her perhaps twice in 3 months, okay? Or in 2 months, like once a month, for example. Seldom, let's say, kind of the same, but we can put them with rarely. Rarely is basically like once a year, doing something once a year. So what can you do once a year? Summer holiday. Summer holiday, you do it once a year, but you can't use it like, are you taking holidays? Rarely. You can't say that. When you say summer, it's like a period of time, so not quite a very good example. 5%, almost never. I don't know how to give example for this one, but using imagination. Almost never. Exactly the opposite of almost always. And here you've got never. So basically, you can take a screenshot, guys. Take a screenshot for the screen if you want to memorize this, or you write them down in your notebooks. If you have your notebooks with you. Look, I'm always having my notebooks with me. Keep your notebooks with you. So take screenshots, write them down, write the percentage so that you can know and how you will use them. Now we have examples for you. So example number 1, he goes shopping. He often does he go shopping. He sometimes goes shopping. Sometimes, like 50%. My sister eats. Okay, Miss Rabia, I will answer you after I finish the second example. Hold that thought. My sister eats breakfast. How often does she eat breakfast? She usually eats breakfast. Usually 80%. So some mornings she's not waking up and eating breakfast. Okay? Now, hello. Now for Miss Rabia, I don't know why you deleted your comment. It was very good. If you want to improve your English, you need to practice it daily. Okay, practicing is very hard. I can do that, no problem. Start reading books or watching videos. Books, watching videos. But always remember, always, without writing, you can't accomplish your goal with improving your English. So you need to watch, you need to read, but in the same time, use your pen and use your paper like me and always write. Okay? So that it stick in your mind and it will be memorizable. You can memorize it for yourself. It's not easy. Movies, yes. Movies, YouTube videos, anything you want to enjoy and watch, but you need to focus and write words. And I can give you out now. There is a website, for example, I love Harry Potter. and I want to see the script. I want to see the writing of the whole movie. The script is basically the words in the movie. So I go website. It's called www.imdsb.com. Like IMDb, 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 S for script.com. You can find all the movies and all the scripts of the movies that can help you to read and watch the movie in the same time, so that you know the writing of the words when they speak. It's very good way. I did it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Yes. And always keep practicing. Never stop practicing. Never. Songs, movies, videos, books, what you love, magazines, fashion magazines, buy, read, and so on. Follow BBC, follow anything you want. Well, I don't have an I believe my accent is between British and American. It's like mixed, because when I learned my English, I learned it in different ways because I need British and American. It's important. So sometimes you can hear a bit of British accents, and on the other hand you can hear like, oh, this is American accent. So it's a mixture, I believe. Yes, Miss Rabia, this is my advice to you. It's very important. Okay, now we have the patterns. Very nice. Now we have the patterns here. So adverbs, you're welcome. Now we have the patterns of the adverbs. Adverbs of a frequency have two common sentence patterns in English. So two common, okay? So as I said, the verb comes with the adverbs always. So number one, adverb plus verb. However, the adverb comes first and the verb comes second, okay? So let's see these examples here. Adverbs of frequency are usually, by he mean usually he's speaking, okay? Adverbs of frequency are usually placed before the verb they describe. Usually. Again, if you go check usually here, you will find that it's 80%. That's the most percentage there. So we have the examples here for you guys. She never studies. She never studies. Never describes how often or how often she studies. She never. So that's a 0%. Okay? She never studies. Study here is the verb, and never here is the adverb, of course, and she is the subject. My friend usually plays baseball with us. My friend usually plays baseball with us. So usually here comes with the verb, but the adverb comes first. And here we've got plays. So usually describe how often my friend plays baseball. Now 3, I always watch TV before bed. I always watch TV before bed. Always describe I often watch TV before bed. So watch is the verb here. So basically here the adverb never, usually, and always comes before the verb. Now this is he say usually, so that's 80%. If we go down to the other pattern of the adverb, we find be plus adverb. Be the verb be, which means plus the adverb. So with the verb to be is am, is, am, are. Adverbs of frequency can come after the be verb. The adverb usually describes an adjective. So first one, we've got adverb after it verb. Very nice, very cool. There is no confusion there. However, here he say the verb to be plus the adverb. However, the adverb usually describe an adjective. So which mean the verb to be here the adverb, and here the adjective. So as you see here in the sentence, my brother is always hungry. My brother is always hungry. So the verb to be is, and the adverb here comes after the verb to be, and here you've got the adjective, which here basically he's telling you, even though the adverb describes the verb, but in this case where you used the adverb after the verb to be, here usually it describes the adjective. So always describe how often he is hungry. Okay, you can say the whole sentence, but the focus usually on hungry. So you are almost never late. You almost never late. So almost never describe how often you are late. And almost never, I believe this is 5%. Let's go back, scroll here. Yes. Almost never is 5%. So which means you're like always late, you know? So coming here, you are almost never late. And here, her children are often tired. Her children are often tired. Tired is the adjective, of course, and are is the verb to be, and in the middle you can find the adverb that you had. So you've got adverb plus verb. This is the first one, the first pattern with the adverbs, and the other part is where you use the verb to be is am, are, and after that you will use the adverb, and after the adverb you're going to use, or the sentence should be an adjective. So verb to be, adjective, the adverb is in the middle and it describes the adjective usually. So here we've got a question. Yes, hunger. Some people feel hunger in Ramadan and other people feel thirsty in Ramadan. So it depends. Yes. Let's see down here. Now, this is the notes part. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Hello. Make sure to write those down. I will tell you. If you can see, you can take screenshots. It would be very good for you. So you can move sometimes, often, and usually around in a sentence. So remember, you have two patterns for adverb frequencies, but here, as note 1 says, you can move it around the sentence, which means you can change its place. Okay? However, it must make sense of your sentence. These examples are all correct and have the same meaning. See, coherence, cohesion is important. Sometimes he is late. He is sometimes late. He's late sometimes. Now, for most of you, like he will say that he is sometimes late. It doesn't sound good, doesn't sound cool, but grammatically it sounds perfect. The third part, which is he is late sometimes. It sometimes does not actually ring a bell for you, but grammatically again it's correct because sometimes we generally commonly use it in the first. So sometimes I go, sometimes I don't go. So it's like at the start of it. So here you've got you can move it around, but your sentence must be correct. Okay, so careful. Number 2, he say again, be careful. Not very often has a different sentence pattern. So here you've got this. The pattern, look, remember, the notes are important. Like even though you've got the patterns that you're depending on, but sometimes you can see sentences which doesn't depend on the rule. Now that's the funny part about English grammar is there is always an exception. There is always something not the same. There is something different, something off the regulation, the rules. For a start, it's normal. Yes. You see, after you understanding the culture, and this is important part of the language, understanding the culture and how they speak during movies and shows, you will understand how to think like an American or any non-native speaker. So be careful, not very often has. Remember, he's telling you very and often. Not very often has a different sentence pattern. So, do and does plus not, a negative, plus verb plus object plus verb plus very often. So, she doesn't go to parties very often. Now, here, very often is in the end. Very is describing the often part, and often describes the verb. So look, where is the verb? Okay, it's like another place. So here he say be careful because patterns can change. Now, if you ask me, how can I control the patterns? The patterns, which means the ways that the sentence might come in your exam, where you can find an adverb, but the adverb is not near verb and it's not near adjective, as this one, which is like far away from the verb, you know? So how you get in a position where you can handle such situation is the reading part. You need to read so much. You need to watch videos. You need to read subtitles, because I believe that as much as you read, as much as you practice, you will see so much differentiation in grammar and other parts of the structures of the grammar that you might or you are studying now. So note 3, guys, for you is frequently, occasionally, and seldom are formal words that aren't common. So when I say to you frequently, occasionally, and seldom, formal and aren't commonly used, which means you're using them in emails, you're using them if you're talking to your manager, you're using them if you're talking to a colleague, someone who's have a relationship with you which is informal. Okay, so you're talking with him with the serious manners, with respect, a little sense of humor maybe, but that's why it's not used. So, but remember, with writing, if you are writing me a formal email, make sure to write those adverbs because they are important and it adds so much to your writing. Okay, fellas? Use often, usually, sometimes, and not very often instead. So, if you don't want to use frequently, occasionally, and seldom, even in your formal writing, which I don't recommend actually, he gave you a replacement for them. So you have, we frequently visit our grandparents. We frequently visit our grandparents. It's formal. That's formal. The second part here, the sentence we've got is we often, usually, often or usually visit our grandparents. It's more common, but he's not saying to you it's formal or informal. Okay, so there is no rule or regulation or anything to restrict that part for you. So you can use often or usually instead of frequently. Frequently is really, really good. I love it. Now, the other replacement for the occasionally is this. She occasionally cleans her room. Now, occasionally, I don't believe it's uncommon, because like occasion, you know, you're talking like it's the same as occasion, like some celebration or something you've got, and it's just adding a double ly to it, and it's turned to occasionally. Now, we can use instead of occasionally sometimes. So she sometimes cleans her room. Remember, this is the verb here, subject, and the adverb near the verb. And it precedes, which before the verb. And seldom, they seldom drink coffee. So if you're talking with your friends, normal friends, and you will be like, they seldom drink coffee. Like, seldom? What? So you can use, but however, people will get surprised, like, why are you talking to us like this, you know? So they don't drink coffee very often. They don't drink coffee very often, okay? Okay, now we are jumping to exercises. Now this exercise helps you with the percentage that we already discussed earlier. So here you've got write one adverb in each blank that matches the percentage. Look at the chart on page 3 if you need to. Now, I will not use the chart, and we will, of course, do it together. So, for 100%, we've got always. She always eats breakfast. This is about percent. This is how you understand where to use it and how to use it and so on. So, we've got from Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Mehmet, always. Yes, my brother, sorry. Oh, sometimes, yes, sorry. Yes, my brother sometimes drives to school. Thank you. I will write here your answers and we will check later. Maybe you are wrong, you know. No mistakes here. No mistakes. Well, mistakes occur, you know. So, 50% is for sometimes. Nice. They blank walk their dog after dinner. We have usually or often. Usually or often. That's for number 2. Usually or often. Anyone got it wrong? We will kill him. Okay. I'm joking. Number 3. She is blank sad. 5%, guys. It's a 5%. Come on. Number 3. Number 2 is often or usually. Okay, that's nice. Number 3. Yes. Almost never. Almost never. That one I remember. Yep. Almost never. Okay. Now, number 4, with the percentage we've got here for Melissa. Melissa blank practices the piano after school. 80%. Number 4, 80%. Number 4, we've got usually from Mr. Efe. So if you agree, guys, so we can proceed. I'm seeing usually from you. Very cool, very nice. Usually. Okay, now. My neighbor goes swimming in his pool. 50%. 50%. 50%. What are we using for number 5? It's 50% and you need to use an adverb of a frequency. Sometimes, sometimes, and sometimes. Okay. Nice. Now we've got 6. Daniela blank text me. Number 6. Yep. And we've got 10% goes for which one? We've got Mr. Muharram said seldom. Okay. Let's see if other guys agree or disagree. We've got rarely. Rarely goes number 10. Okay, we will use rarely. 2. That's seldom and rarely we will use them. However, they are different percentages, but we will use them and we will check. Number 7, fellas, number 7, we've got 0. I believe that's very obvious. What we will use here. 0%. Of course, and obviously. Now we've got 8 and it's 20%. 8 and it's 20% for the both planks. Never. It's like Harry Potter. Never, ever. So, fellas, beautiful people. Number 8. Number 8. He does blank forget his homework blank. He does not very often forget his homework. Seldom. Okay. So, here we've got very often from Miss Tuje, I believe. She said not very often and seldom. Do we have any other answers? We've got not. He does not forget his homework. Muharram. Okay. So 20. Ms. Tuche and Mr. Muharram. Yes, that's more like it. Yes. Because it's used in the end, so there is a negative. Yep. Very often or seldom. So I'm seeing very often or seldom. Nice guys. Very appreciate your answers. Now, number 10. Your cat blank wants to sit on me. Wants to sit on me. We've got always here. Always the only one we can use. Always. Just always, yes? I'm just checking. I'm just checking. And the last one, of course, you got it right. Number 10. What's for number 10? Number 10. Never. Yes. Okay. Now I've got your answers here. Can you see it? All your answers. And let's go back and check the percentage. Yes, never, ever. Let's go back and check the percentage of the adverbs and let's see if we are right or wrong. So, number 1, 50% goes for sometimes. Correct. Number 1, sometimes. Nice. Number 2 is 80%. 80% usually, often. Very cool, very good, very nice. 5% goes to almost never. Correct. 80% usually, very nice. Usually, often, frequently. Nice. 50% again, sometimes. However, you can use occasionally. You used first one, sometimes. Second one, occasionally. Look, even if we are not using frequently and occasionally and seldom, however, it's important that you know and it's also important that you use. Okay, because we want to learn all English. We're not leaving anything off. Moving on, number 10, seldom, rarely. Number 10 is only rarely. Jumping to 0 is never. 20%. 20% we've got not very often. Not very often. Yes, and seldom. Thank you. Very nice. 100% we've got always and 0 we've got never. So, very good. This is for you. That's for one-time clapping for you guys. It's amazing. Thank you so much for your answers. I really appreciate it. Now, let's see what we've got next here. We've got here patterns. You see here? So he's telling us here, rewrite the sentences in the correct order. There may be more than one correct adverb position. Now, the adverb positions that we've got till now can be 4. First one is when you are using the adverb and after it the verb, okay? And the other one is when you are using the verb to be is am, are, and the adverb and after it the adjective. Or we have another adverbs where we can use them anywhere. You can reposition them. And the other part, which is the fourth one, I believe, and I'm hoping not forgetting it, is when you're using it in the end. Does and do and negative and subject, or verb, object, and in the end you're using the adverbs. So there is so much ways we can reposition this one. So English tests are often difficult. Whoa, guys, your answers are cool. Okay. She never goes swimming. She never goes swimming. You can say that. You can say that, no problem. No problem. However, here, she never goes swimming. Very nice. Thank you, guys. Number 2. Is friendly he always? So we've got the subject here. And remember, I want you to remember the patterns that we talked about. So here we've got number 2, the subject, and yes, we've got the verb to be is, and here we've got the adjective, and we've got in the end the adverb. Yes, he's always friendly. He's always friendly. Thank you. 3, guys. Shower, sing I often in the. Who can give us number 3? He's always friendly. It's correct, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. However, tell me, for number 3, I often sing in the shower. I often sing. Okay, so this is very normal. It's an adverb where after it is a verb. I often sing in the shower. Yes. Number 4. My sister angry gets never almost. Now, we've got almost never, which is the 5%. So what we will do here, we've got a verb and an adjective also here. Thank you, Mr. Efe, Miss Tuje. Thank you. Yes, my sister almost never gets angry. Almost never, like never. Which is, if you ask me, it's not very cool. Between now and then, you should be used like rarely. Not almost never. That's 5%, like 10%. Okay. Thank you. 5. Movies he sometimes likes scary. He movies sometimes likes scary, which is the correct order for the sentence. We've got here a verb, we've got an adjective, we've got a, let's see, Mr. Efe saying here, he sometimes likes scary movies. Thank you so much. So this is the structure of it. It's not very difficult. Okay, let's, as we remember from the lesson earlier, sometimes we can put it in a different part of the sentence. Let's use sometimes in a different part of the sentence. Now, basically all of you guys, yes, all of you guys, you used the adverb sometimes after the before the verb. So could you use it at the start of the sentence? For example, let's put it in the start of the sentence and at the end of the sentence. Can you do that? Number 5, movies he sometimes likes scary. Can we put sometimes at the beginning, or we can put it at the end? Can we do that? Can you reorganize it? I would be very appreciated. This is just makes you work extra, so that you can get used to the fact that there is a pattern where we can play with the he likes scary movies sometimes. Yes. Now this said yes. He likes scary movies sometimes. Sometimes he likes scary movies. Yes. Very good, Mr. Efe. Very good, Mr. Ahmed. We have 2 Mr. Ahmed. So very good, Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Ahmed. Very good, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 6. Delicious. Almost. Mother. Your food always cooks. We've got a multiple, a very nice, cool structure. Let's put it in order, starting with the subject, of course. Your mother almost always cooks delicious food. Your mother almost always cooks delicious food. Very nice. Yes. Very good. Your mother cooks delicious food almost always. Yeah. Look, your mother cooks delicious food almost always. Now, when we put almost always in the end, it might describes the whole sentence. Okay, so when you said your mother, let's say, your mother cooks delicious foods. Your mother cooks delicious food, comma, almost always. Because almost always, basically, as I see it, it describes the whole sentence. Yes. The correct order, if you don't want to mess around, it's the correct order of this sentence is the adverb comes before the verb cooks. So the sentence, the perfect sentence is this: your mother almost always cooks delicious food. Okay? Thank you, guys. Appreciate your hard work. Very nice. Okay, we've got number 7 from Miss Silla. She said that, let's say here, yes, often don't call other each very they. That's a very confusing sentence, actually. They don't call each other very often. They don't very often call each other. Yes. Now, as you see this sentence, you can put the adverb in a multiple places in the sentence. Does not commit only before the verb, as you can see here. Very nice, guys. Very nice. Thank you. Correct. Now, jumping to this part is for classes, so I believe we have just this part. Let's do them fast because yes, my classmates usually come to class on time. Yes, very nice, very smooth, very nice. Yes, my classmates usually come to class on time. Perfect, Mr. Efe. Perfect. Miss Layla. They don't call each other very often. Yes, thank you. It's correct. Nice. 9. We go vacation on in always summer there. That's what do you think? This one. What do you think of this one, fellas? People. Hit me. Hit me with your answers. 9 and 10. The last one. The last 2. Let's see. Come on, fellas, you can do that. Come on, folks. We go vacation on an always summer there. So what we're going to write here. Very nice. You can do it. We go on always. Whoa, Mr. Ahmed. Whoa, no. We go on vacation always in summer. What about there? Yes, Mr. Ismail, correct. We always go on vacation in the summer. Very nice, Miss Zainab, correct. Yes, always. Look, don't be confused. If you confused, remember always. The adverb, after it, verb. Okay? Thank you. 9. Doesn't she do homework very her often? Very nice, guys. Very nice, Fahertin. Very good, guys. Okay, last one. Last one. Yes, no problem. It happens. Yes, no problem, Mr. Efe. Now, we've got, doesn't she do homework very her often? This is the last note we took, where there is does and negative, and we've got the verb, and we've got the object, and we've got the... Yes, very nice. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you, guys. Thank you. She doesn't do her homework very often. Thank you. Correct, yes. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate your hard work. Thank you so much. Now, make sure to take screenshot. This video will be reposted again on our YouTube channel. Okay, take screenshots. We've got 4 patterns for adverbs, frequency adverbs. After the break, I will come with you guys to discuss the adverbs of manner. This is the second hour. So please stay tight, and I guess I'll see you after 10 or 15 minutes. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. It is piece of cake, mister. It is. But between now and then, there's exceptions in grammar, and we need to be careful between now and then. Yes. So, stick right to what you're doing, okay? I'll be right back after 10 minutes. Thank you, guys.